Who are the best champions to have in each weight class in the UFC? That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. I'm here to answer that. Good intro. Anyways, we're going to go through all the UFC's divisions, give you my opinion on who the best, most ideal champion is to have in each weight class, and I'm going to give you reasons why, don't worry. So we're going to start off with flyweight and, funny enough, current champion, Alejandro Pantoja. I think he's insanely active. It feels like this dude's literally fighting every other week. He's always super exciting going for the finish. I feel like every fight he has, he's looking to stop the fight, whether that's by KO or submission. Like I mentioned here, he's well rounded, getting those KOs and submissions. His grappling's great. He's got super good scrambles, one of the most dominant wrestlers in flyweight, probably the best grappler at flyweight, even over someone like Tatsuro Taira. It's close, but I think he would outmuscle him. And on the feet, it's not even close. He fights everybody, literally everybody, to the point where he's having to fight them 2 or 3 times now. He'll beat everyone. And I know you might think, like, that's not good. But the thing is, everyone that's below him, he's already beaten. So if someone overtakes him, it's just going to be like, well, they've lost to him before. They have to redeem it with another win over him because he's probably beat them twice. I think he's great to have at flyweight. We don't see many champions like this be willing to, like, move up. And I think Pantoja's a guy who could move up and challenge someone like Merab. Don't know if he'd win that fight, but either way, it would look good for him. I do have an honorable mention of Manel Kape and Brandon Royval. I think you could also throw someone like Kai Kara-France under there for excitement. The reason I don't have him here, we've seen Pantoja just outclass Brandon Royval like crazy. I think Royval's fight style is super fun though. But again, just Pantoja has outclassed him twice already, and I'm sure he will for a third time if they do fight. And Manel Kape has just proven to be unreliable on terms of like pulling out of fights and missing weight. Can't have that as your star champion right now at flyweight. I think Pantoja really is the best bet, and he's the current champion. I think UFC is in a decent spot because I have a lot of the current champions still listed. For bantamweight, some of you might literally dislike this video and click off of it right now. I'm going Sugar Sean O'Malley. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot me. You might be like, that's terrible, why? I'll tell you why. He's the best striker in the entire division, maybe in the entire UFC. He's so fun to watch. He's very exciting. He has literal, like, superstar-worthy KOs, always on a highlight reel. There's lots of eyes on him. Like I mentioned here, he's star power. Whether you love him or hate him, he has the potential to be a star. I don't think he's quite a superstar yet, but he has that potential. And if you love him, you know, you watch all of his fights, you think he's super exciting like I do. Now, I don't agree with the way he lives outside of the cage, having an open relationship. He has an open relationship while having a child. What is going on? Anyways. In the cage, I'm saying. Superstar level. Very exciting. And if you hate him, you're going to watch him to try to see if he gets knocked out or something. It's good to have guys like that in the sport. Now, an honorable mention, I do have Umar Nurmagomedov, just because of the name value and how good he is, really. But we've seen Merab totally school him. It was a good fight, but Merab clearly beat Umar, and he's clearly beat O'Malley. But I do think if those two guys rematched, O'Malley weirdly has a better chance of winning against Merab than I think Umar does. I think O'Malley has that one-shot KO power, and I do think that might end up happening if he can get to that title shot. He's not great on the microphone or anything, but he doesn't really need it because just look at this man. He looks like Ronald McDonald. He's going to get eyes on him. And then you see his style, and he's super fun. I think even if you hate him, you can acknowledge the fact that he's one of the best strikers to watch in the entire division and entire UFC. Featherweight was super easy. I wanted to put Diego Lopez, but it's Ilia Topuria. Want to know why? He's the most savage champion we've probably ever had. His KO power is unreal, and I mean that in the most true extent. He knocks everybody out. Volkanovski's still asleep, and Max Holloway is just now waking up because his chin's, like, absurd, but we saw Topuria put him away. Are you kidding me? If you KO Max Holloway, you're unreal. Insanely well-rounded. His grappling's great. We saw him hold down guys and submit guys like Bryce Mitchell. Now, hopefully Bryce Mitchell don't get his boys on him, if you know what I mean. I put star power, but he's already a superstar, and he literally has potential to be the GOAT, not just of the division, but I think of the sport. I think he'll definitely become the GOAT of the division if he stays down there and defends a couple more times. He already has wins over 2 of the best featherweights of all time, Holloway and Volkanovski. I think if he stays down there, maybe beats a Volkanovski again, beats a Mosar, beats Diego Lopez, and then tries to move up, you got the GOAT of the division right there. Then at lightweight, again, another easy choice. It's the current champion, Islam Makhachev. Why? Because this dude could literally be the GOAT of the sport. I think he's the closest guy we have right now to surpassing someone like John Jones or GSP. His name value does help him a lot. Everyone already knows who Islam Makhachev is because he's already a star. And of course, he has connects to Khabib that automatically is going to get you a lot of name value. He fights anyone and everyone as a champ should, but it's just more and more rare these days. And I mean that in the most true sense because he literally fought someone on a day's notice and has some very, very memorable quotes from that. He's funny. Have you seen this man's interviews? He's hilarious. I think Islam's very underrated in terms of humor. I think he's such a good fit for champion that I'm putting him at welterweight. He's the best champion to have at welterweight. Imagine this dude won double champ status and defended both the belts 1 or 2 times and then called it a career. My God, he'd literally be the GOAT of the sport. We do not want like a Bilal Muhammad here. You think I'm going to pick Bilal Muhammad as the best champion for welterweight? No, seriously. I think an honorable mention would be someone like JDM or Buckley, just because I think they're more exciting. They're very fun. I would prefer Buckley even, and I'm a big JDM fan. I just think Buckley's so active that he'd be defending that belt every other week. It's crazy. JDM takes a lot of time off. Shavkat takes a lot of time off. I think Islam Makhachev would be the best guy to have as a champion at welterweight, and I know that's like an easy cop-out, but I think it's true. At middleweight, you might be thinking, oh, it's Khamzat Chimaev. But you'd be wrong. Because if you're getting the common cold as much as me, and half the time it's a lie just so I can call out of work, you're not getting the honor of being the champion that we need in middleweight. So who am I picking? It's the current champion again. I know. Dricus du Plessis. He's literally the best champion to have right now. He's savage. He's memeable because people like to make fun of his style. Yes, he does fight like he's dumb, but it's in the most genius way possible. It's very calculated. He's got really good trash talk, yet he's super humble. He respects all of his opponents. He says a lot of very nice things about him, but then he'll make them cry at the press conference. We don't see things like that. He's literally made 2 opponents cry. Has that ever happened? Ever? Probably not. He goes for the finish in every fight. We've seen it especially with his Strickland fight. Once he broke Strickland's nose, he literally fought like he had the cure or something. Like, if he connected with some of those shots, you would think he runs Wi-Fi. Like, it was crazy. He was really going for the kill out there. And he's a Chad. Don't look at me sus, but, look at that man. Anyways, another easy cop-out here is at light heavyweight, because it's Alex Pereira. Duh! What, you think I'm gonna pick Magomed Ankalaev? No. Honorable mention would be Yuri Prohaska based on style alone, but we've seen Pereira knock him out twice. People would not shut up about that. Pereira is already a star. He saved the UFC on multiple occasions. He KOs everyone. He's memeable because he's, oh, Shama, Desanya, Shama. That's all he says, but it works for him. His left hook is straight out of, like, the Devil's Gates. It's crazy. It connects, you're dead. Very, very versatile in striking. Has many highlight reel KOs already in his career. He's just exciting. I think there's no one better than him at light heavyweight. You think I'm going to pick Magomed Ankalaev? No, thank you. I don't want to look at that man as our champion. He's not the poster boy for championship quality. I think Pereira's the best bet. Then at heavyweight, we have the GOAT himself, the current champion. Again, they made it easy. It's Tom Aspinall. No, it's not John Jones. We don't want a wife beater up there, okay? My God. We're not picking John Jones. It's Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall smokes Jones in 1 round. Anyways, he's literally the best finisher in UFC history. He has an average fight time of just over 2 minutes. He's only on to the second round once in his career. That's literally the most promotable thing you could ever say about a UFC fighter, and they don't do it. They don't do it. I don't know why. I don't know why they're not doing it, but they need to do it. Sorry, I almost crashed out. Tom Aspinall is just that guy. He's got GOAT potential of the heavyweight division, and I think he's gonna get there. If he beats John Jones, he literally probably is the GOAT of the heavyweight division already, because he's beat guys like Pavlovich and Curtis Blades. He's got a lot of charisma. He's funny. He's a genuine dude. Like, that's a very high quality to have. I know you like when there's trash talk, but he's just a good guy. He's a family guy. He's funny. He posts John Jones duck memes all the time. It's great. It's great. And I think if you give him the John Jones fight, that immediately gets a ton of hype, and once he knocks John Jones out in 1 round like he would, he becomes a megastar immediately, and you could put him on literally the cover of your video game, the cover of your magazine, the cover of every poster. It's Tom Aspinall. It just is. There's not even an honorable mention here. It's Aspinall, and that's it. And he will be your champion by the end of the year after he smokes John Jones in 1. As for the women's divisions, I couldn't care less, so that's the end of the video. If you agreed with any of these, let me know in the comments down below. I know some of these were some safe bets. I think we're in a decent spot with champions in the UFC right now. They're the champions for the reason. They're the best guys to have out there. I don't see anyone overtaking them, like, in terms of star power and just more excitement. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Peace.